What up, people? This is your boy Comic Chat, and I'm going to discuss tonight my thoughts, my my take on Obi Wan and the hate that it seems to be getting from the mature Star Wars fans. So tune in, and here we go.
Here we go.
And here I go. Before I get into the video, I want you to do this. Please subscribe to my channel. I need to get 1,500. I can only do that with your help. Also, please hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload. Give me that thumbs up. And also, if you leave comments, I will read your comments and I will respond back to you. Tonight, I'm just all day. I've been seeing other YouTubers. I've been going in my mind. I've watched bits and pieces of the first 2 episodes of Obi Wan, and I just had to speak on it. Tomorrow, if you tune in, I think around 8:30 on Chris's channel, you will see Chaos Central, the round table, where we discuss it more in depth. But I just wanted to do something on my mind while it was still fresh, while I still had the hunger and desire to talk about it. Because, like I said, I see a lot of YouTubers that I respect and get along with, think very highly of. Just have a little different take than what I have. So I want to discuss it. Got my notes down here so I can kind of stay on track. But this is what I want to express. Now, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and say that Obi-Wan is a masterpiece because it is far from being a masterpiece. But I don't hate it. I'm going to tell you why I don't hate it. It's Star Wars. And I know just because some people say you got to stay true to yourself, and I'm staying true to myself. I am a big Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan ever since 1977 when I was 7 years old. And I am 51, so that tells you how long I've been hanging in there. There have been some projects on Star Wars that I absolutely love. There have been some that I hate. The last 3 sequels, not a big fan of. But I'm still going to watch Star Wars. I'm still going to have that love for Star Wars even though it may not be what I want to see, I'm going to still support Star Wars. A lot of my friends, a lot of my YouTubers in the community didn't care for Boba Fett. I personally like Boba Fett because it showed me things that I didn't know about Boba Fett. And whether you want to believe it or not, we only saw Boba Fett on the big screen 6 to 7 minutes. People assume by reading the EU books, some of the books and novels, what a badass he was. But we never saw that. And a lot of people are going by what they see now, not what they read. A lot more people go to the movies and learn their history on certain IPs. That's what a lot of fans do now, whether you want to believe it or not. So, based on what I saw, I also realized that the younger Boba Fett, after his father got killed by Mace Windu, had a lot of pent up hatred. Was very cruel. Did a lot of killing people, disintegration, that kind of stuff. But when we do things as a younger version of ourselves, a lot of times as we grow up, we get more mature, more wiser. Sometimes we calm down as age gets on us. So the Boba Fett we saw in the movies and what you read about in the EU books wasn't the Boba Fett that we saw. Could it have been better? Yes, it could have been, but I didn't totally hate it like some people. Some people use the word trash and garbage. That is your prerogative. It's not my prerogative. I like Boba Fett. I'm very eager to see um, Boba Fett season 2 if they're going to have one, but that's not here nor there. Let's get back to the main focal point of this video. That is Obi Wan. Now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you what really makes Obi Wan bad and gets a sour note on the mature older fans is that it's no continuity. What we saw on there, it retcon a lot of stuff. First thing, in New Hope, Leia sends R2D2 with the message looking for Ben Kenobi. Now, in this movie, she met Kenobi when she was a little girl. So, and Obi-Wan saved her from certain death. That is something that you will not forget. But in New Hope, she act like she never heard of him. She sent a message out for being Kenobi. She didn't make any kind of reference that she remembered him because she was falling off the building. He saved her using the Force. We don't see any recollection of that in New Hope. That's one thing that's not, the continuity is off. Like they retcon Rebels to me also, because I know for a fact that the Grand Inquisitor was killed at the end of the first season in a battle against Ezra and Kanan. Now we see on this show, and this is going to be a full spoiler to prove my points, that look like Reva, one of the Inquisitors of a lower rank of the Inquisitor, I think the third sister, what they call her, she killed him, or appeared to kill, so that she had killed him. That she stabbed him in what appears to be the upper torso, his stomach, chest area, that region, with a lightsaber. That's usually a fatal blow, but guess what? They could say that the organs of the species, the alien species he is, maybe not the same in the same place of our organs. So yeah, I guess they could write that in there. I don't know. Maybe they put him in a back to tank and he's gonna survive and come back and kill her. Because I don't see her anywhere in Rebels. There is no reference to her in Rebels, and as far as I know, there is no reference of her in any EU books or any books that are canon. So they may be able to still fix that. But right now, it looks like he's pretty much dead. And if he's dead, that is retconning, definitely retconning Rebels. Um, Reva, she knows Darth Vader is Anakin. Only a handful of people, and a very few people knew that Anakin and Darth Vader were one and the same. The Emperor, Obi Wan, Yoda, Padme, not Padme, but Ahsoka. And I'm thinking that is about it. So how does she know? I don't even think the Inquisitors knew in Rebels. So was she able to figure it out? Because she did say in this, and one, I think I can't remember which episode that she was. I think second episode, she was able to go through the files and determine that Bail Organa, Leia's adopted dad, and Obi Wan were allies in the Clone Wars, and she knew that if she was to take Bail Organa's daughter, which is Leia, that Obi Wan would come and save her because he was loyal to Bail, which was a natural deduction, and it did happen. Not because Obi Wan wanted to. I don't like the way that they got Obi Wan so weak and so cowardice. I know that his whole world was shattered by Order 66. I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't be feeling sorry for myself or feeling defeated, but let's take that into account. But right now, just on the surface, he look like he's giving up total hope. They're writing him as being kind of cowardice, and that Bail Organa basically had to beg him and remind him that Leia is just as important to, I guess, continuation of the Jedi or the restart of the Jedi as Luke is. After a lot of pleading, he was able to finally, I guess, gather the courage and the nerves to go after Leia. Now, apparently, he must have cut himself off from the Force. I didn't know they could do that, but apparently, I guess he did that because when he tried to use the Force to save Leia, he had to really strain. And just before she hit the ground, he was able to catch her using the Force and gently place her down on the ground where she wasn't hurt. So I guess he's opened himself back up to the Force, and I guess he's getting stronger as he's opened himself back up. But I didn't see that in Return of the Jedi. Yoda was just as strong, or he seemed to have hell. He lifted the doggone X-wing out of the swamp. He was teaching Luke everything. So like his powers were still as strong. And of course he died, but up until the time he died, and he was visibly weak, Yoda still seemed to have a strong connection to the Force. So I'm not sure why Obi-Wan didn't. I don't know whether or not he was able to commune with Qui-Gon, but I'm kind of deducing that if he shut himself off from the Force, that he wouldn't be able to commune and communicate with Qui-Gon. Maybe that's why when he kind of called to him in the first few minutes of the episode, Qui-Gon never responded. So maybe we'll see Qui-Gon respond to him in episode 3 or 4 when he goes back to the cave in Tatooine and then connects with Qui-Gon and his Force Ghost. I'm hoping that's what we'll see. Fingers crossed for that. But now that I point out all these negatives, I'm going to point out, I'm going to kind of play devil's advocate. If you are a fan of Star Wars, and I'm a mature fan, I'm going to say mature fan is older, let's say 40 plus. If that's your age group, 40 plus, you're fooling yourself if you think that we're going to still see the same Star Wars that we saw when we were the age of these more younger Star Wars fans. Because the young Star Wars fans, they like the sequels. I spoke to many of them. They think um, The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, the last one I can't think of it. It escapes my memory now. They think those are cool. They like those. So different time, different perception, different stories, different point of view. We have to remember that George Lucas, for whatever reason, he sold his rights, his shares, his property, IP, I think with the exception of maybe marketing, merchandising rather, to Disney. So Disney, whether you like them or not, if they own something, you have the right to do that. If you buy a house, you go on the market and buy a house, you have the right to change the color of the house, to paint it. You have the right to put hardwood flooring in it. You have the right to put carpet in it. You have the right to gut out the kitchen, put gas appliances in if it's all electric, or vice versa. You have the right to do that once you buy and purchase and take ownership of whatever property you buy. That same thing applies to Disney. So we got to get out of this mindset of, well, they should have used George Lucas treatment, so they should have let the fan know. They do what they want to do. If you don't want to watch it, and if you want to hurt Disney, then you have to collectively do something and just, I guess, just put a ban on it. Don't go watch it. Don't even talk about it. Just get enough people and don't do it. But whether you sit here and talk about it, discuss it, call it trash, call it garbage, which is your right. I'm not saying it's not your right. You are in all intents and purposes, you're giving them free publicity because people are going to watch it. If you say it's trash, some people are going to go watch it to see whether or not it's trash or not. Some people are going to agree with you. Some people are not going to agree with you. But those of you that truly hate Disney Star Wars, only thing you're doing by talking about it is just giving it more power. So that's just my 2 cents on that. And a lot of things now. For instance, just because something start off one thing, it can always change another. And sometimes it gets better, sometimes it gets worse. Do any of you remember that are my age, that are in the 40 plus group, the mature Star Wars fans? Do you remember a business called Big K Edwards? Big BIGK in the name Edwards. EDWARD. Big K Edwards. Do you remember know what that was? That used to be a department store, but Walmart bought it. Big K Edwards became Walmart, and now look what Walmart's doing worldwide. Worldwide, everybody knows what Walmart. Everybody know the Walton family. So something that started something. It's George Lucas started off, but now Disney has it, and now Disney, for better or worse, whether you like it or don't like it, they're profitable. They are profitable with their movies. Only had one flop that I'm aware of under Kathleen Kennedy. I don't even want to get in that, but out of all the movies, one flop that was Solo. Rest of them were profitable, whether you like it or not. I didn't make it that up. The numbers say what they are. It is what it is. Could it be better? Most definitely. I'm not going to ever dispute that the Star Wars we have now couldn't be better, but it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Just what I'm saying. And if you want to watch it, and it is your right, your prerogative to watch it and criticize it, that is totally fine. All I'm saying is that new Star Wars, where some people are calling it trash, I'm not going to necessarily say it's gold, but it's not garbage and trash. In my opinion, I'm just one person. One person sitting on the island by himself, I guess. 'Cause I know there are a lot of you that said, like I said earlier, that Boba Fett is trash. People are saying that these 2 episodes are trash. People are saying that Moon Knight is trash. Everything Disney's making now is trash. So, I mean, that's your right, your prerogative. But if you think something is trash and garbage, why watch it? What does that make you if you watch trash and garbage? That you love trash and garbage? I mean, I don't understand it. Just a rhetorical question. Um, Back rub. Anybody ever heard of that? Back rub. Back rub was the first initial name for Google. Now look where Google's at. Brad's Drinks. You ever heard of that before? I never heard of that. Brad Drinks, the person that made Pepsi Cola that we know now nationwide, used to be called Brad's Drinks at first. Now look, Pepsi Cola, household name. Blue Ribbon Sports. Anybody know what Blue Ribbon Sports metamorphosized into? Nike. Whew. Most popular shoe on the planet. Used to be called Blue Ribbon Sports. Now it's Nike. Michael Jordan has made it global. Auction Web. Anybody know what Auction Web became? Auction Web became eBay. So things start off one thing. Star Wars start off one thing. George Lucas vision. George Lucas blood and sweat. Now it has um, metamorphosized into what it is now. Disney Star Wars. That's what it's most commonly called, Disney Star Wars, with a lot of disdain and hate to it. But that's what it is now. And whether you like it or not, it is profitable. People are still going to watch it. People are, I guess some people, the old fans, the mature fans, are saying, I've heard people say, I was tricked into watching it because Disney hyped it up. Disney doing what they've been doing for the past few years. Past few years they've been doing it. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm gonna call a person's name who I think is a Star Wars historian. I listen to his channel, Lord Callis TV. He's a member of Dark Council. That group over there is awesome group, awesome group. Lorena, Damajanai, Mark with a C, Abu Nas, Fatal J, Drunk, awesome group of guys. Callis, listen to Callis. Callis has a very powerful way of drawing you in and listening to him, the way he speaks, the way he explains and break things down to you. I love the way that he broke down Boba Fett series, how he breaks down this series. He's pointing out some of the same flaws, but he also points out too that it kind of shows you the other side of things that you didn't see. No one would, how would you feel if your whole world were destroyed like Obi Wan's? Jedi at the height of their power, guardians of the galaxy, strong, fierce, and then in a blink of an eye, your whole world is destroyed. Order 66 takes out 95% of the Jedi. Gone. His best friend that he taught for years, that's supposed to be the chosen one he raised basically from a boy to a man, betrayed him, turned to the dark side. He had to fight for his life, and he thought he killed him. Isn't that a mind fuck? Just let that sink in. You're one of the most powerful Jedi in the Jedi Order. Your best friend, who you raised from a little boy, betrays you. You fight to the death. You think you kill him, and then all your friends, your whole world is destroyed in a blink of an eye, in a snap. That's a lot to take in. None of us have had that kind of life threatening where our whole world is destroyed. We've had family members pass, bad news, maybe fired from a job, a disease, cancer. But just think about it now. Your whole world is gone. Your responsibility is to raise a child that should be dead. That if his father finds out that he's alive, he's going to come and take him and train him to be just as evil as he has become. You have to hide from your life. The world that you knew, you have to go from that. You got to go from menial labor. You see people getting mistreated. People that in the back in your best days when you're a different man had the power and the strength and the will to do it. You could help them, but if you do that, you're dead. People are hunting you. You've been hunted for the past 10 years. Put all that together. That would break the strongest of men or a woman. That would break. That is what Obi-Wan is under now. That's what you got to realize. So before you go and get the pitchforks and the torches and ready to march up and storm Disney gates and ask for Kathleen Kennedy's head or whoever had their hand in writing this. Think about all that. That's the story. That's the point of view that they're coming from. So look at it through that lens. Could it be something different? Could it be something better? It could be. But at the end of the day, it's not your property. It's not Danny's property. It's not any fan's property. It is Disney's property. Whether you like it or not, it is Disney's property. They paid for it. $4 billion. They paid for it. You have to remember that. The only thing you can do is watch it or don't watch it. That's how I see it. I could be wrong, but please, as always, give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment. I want to hear what you're going to say. I will respond to it. I love to hear and see your comments, read your comments, and respond to it. As always, I enjoy talking to you. Like I said, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. on the Chaos Central, Chris and I will be hosting the Obi Wan Roundtable. I think 6 or 7 of us will be discussing this same very topic. And probably 10 o'clock tomorrow night as well. Catch me on Storms Live with myself, Rob, Brittany, and Adam, and we will be discussing this as well. So until then, please, please, please subscribe. Give me that thumbs up, hit notification bell. Until next time, peace.